Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It's been a while. I took a few days off, just kind of went on for a bit longer than I thought. Yeah, but here we are back at it, and the tournaments I was playing, or the tournaments I saw action for, are not appearing on the Party Poker schedule anymore. And so, what with one thing and another, I figured I will get back to the roots and concentrate on cash games a little bit more in the next weeks. To that effect, having study streams yet once more. And yeah, play more cash. There will be tournaments happening on the side. As a matter of fact, there's going to be Scoop. There are some Scoop tournaments I'm interested in playing. Those make an appearance later this week, I believe. But for the most part, it'll be cash games for a while. Kinda got the tournament bug out of my system, I guess. Alright, first hand we start off with Ace, King, Deuce, Deuce. There are very healthy numbers on round ones right now. Jeez, actually check this out. The lobby for PLO, look at Mighty Fine, 80 entries at PLO 10, 70 at PLO 50, and 30 at PLO 200. Over here, we're gonna let it be. Hang on. Doch nicht oben. Lass mal kurz offen. Apparently Lily can't make up her mind if she wants to come back up or not. So this covers the 3-better pre. Gets check raised here into 7, 7, 8, and lets it go. I guess in the meantime, while I wait for more PLO 20, let's add some PLO 10s as well. Oh, never mind, we got a third PLO 20, cool. And finally a fourth one, well, that suits me just fine. The King 10, 10, 3, once it's raised, let this be. Queen's down here, sound alright. And apparently took it down pre. Alright. I don't know, feels like a decent board to attack. There's not much going on here. If he has a jack, then that's fair. Otherwise, there really aren't any draws or anything. And I didn't get enough sleep the last couple of days, so tonight might not be the longest stream, and it might not be me at my most talkative. We'll see. Let's call. Rerolls off. Turn this into complete bluff, but holding the ace into 6, I think that kind of makes sense. Actually, let's put this down here. Perfect. That way we got the 4-table view as well. Suited to the ace is Jack 9, 6. I was gonna say, I wonder if we're supposed to call it 3-bet. Potentially pretty close with the 6. You know what, I'll let this be. Let's check this one out. That is pretty sweet. Or at least sweet enough. Top pair and open ender. And here, top set. An otherwise really dry board. Well, dryish board. Alright, just call. Over here, we turn two pair. Checks. And we were the nuts on table 1. What was it? Table 4. On the other table. Not the greatest run out, to put it mildly. Yeah. Here, however, if you take it down with the top full house on the other table, don't get called. I'm throwing off, giving us a gut shot as well. I guess check call. Although it's so, I would assume that was just a total airball in his part. Like a small overpair. Yeah, 9s is what he had too. Okay. Just generally speaking, I would be kind of curious what he's betting, what he's checking the flop with in position and now betting on the turn. Could probably be a number of hands, like in a queen 8, queen 7 without spades, without straight blockers, something like that. Even an 8-7. Guess we'll never know. The splash hours are not on anymore, I believe. Nope, this week it's the cash booster promotion. And if you've never deposited on Run It Once, I think they have a really sweet offer right now. Giving 100% rake back for the first month. And that is a very decent board. It's torn between leading and checking. Leading because we block all the hands that he could have to bet with, at least most of them. But on the other hand, there's really not much to protect against, so I figured we'll take this one slow in the beginning. And now do we come in for the check raise? Very nice turn. See, now this is something, I'm gonna take a note of that. This is something I want to check out in one of the study sessions, how to play hands like these when we hit pretty strongly out of position, especially on turns. Let me actually make a note of that. finally. So I was going to do a study stream this afternoon, then I realized I didn't really have any solid plans for the study stream, and instead did some actual self-study with visions. But now that might be a good starting point for tomorrow's study stream, because I've been in the spot a bunch of times, and I'm never quite comfortable with any of the lines I take. I'll be very interested in learning more about that. Neat, will do. There was a hand I folded on table 1 earlier that I wanted to check out, but was that ace jack 9-6, I believe. Yeah, I got it. So let me check that one in the matrix as well. That was cut off, and then the button 3-bet us, so cut off open, and we had the ace jack 9-6 perfectly seeing as suited. Hey, yay us! That's actually a good fold. With the 9-7 or 9-5, it can be raise called or raise folded. The 9-6, the solver would only raise fold. So kinda digging that part. Another poker fool, welcome back. Sorry for the long absence, my friend. Good to see you back. I had some wonderful days during the time off. I had that night where I went fishing with my 2 brothers. That was quite nice. The next day I didn't get enough sleep and couldn't stream. And then the other 2 days I was just kind of meh. I'll take it easy today. But here we are, back at it, and this time with more cash games. Nice to have you back for that, another pokerful. How's life been treating you? I hope you had a good weekend. Oh, did you play the home game by any chance? I'm still waiting for somebody to ideally tell me the results from the home game. Here, I think we have way too few good flops, and this needs to be folded. Let's check this one out as well. Queen 5, 4, 4, double suited person under the gun. Yeah, that feels like a fold. Let's see. Queen 5. Oh yeah, the King 5, interestingly enough, does get called. The Queen 5 does not. All right. The Jack 10 combo double suited. Don't think we're folding. Let's hope for a good flop. We don't need to hit a good flop that often to make a profit now that we're getting a huge price here. That one's not, yeah, if this guy calls, it's not gonna be enough. Okay. Let's see what ends up happening there. Ace is 9-4, and wow, this is just completely winging it. 2 pair. All right, you got a few other spots. Here we get min raised, which is never not funny. Not a good flop though. And the ace is done here, took it down pre. So there's that. Batch! Boss, welcome back, boss. Good to see you. Finally a cash game stream, Batch, yeah. I know, the tournaments. I had the tournament bug for quite a while. I still do, but for the more near-term future, they're not going to play as big a role as they did recently. Pokerfool, did I? Yes, I did. 10 minutes ago is when the stream got started. So I have to open it up here. And now we have a gutter to the nuts as well, and then the flush draw. Certainly helping our hand quite a bit. Take it down here. And take it down with the aces on the King 7 board as well. Here I'm a bit confused as well. Yeah, because now it sucks. I actually would have kind of preferred bet folding, because now he gets to set the price. And we don't block it. But I didn't call the turn to make the nut flush on the river. And fold, I guess, although having strong doubts about my river line, and even if I should be calling on the turn, we'll see. And that worked out well, unfortunately not for us. See where did it? What do you mean when I know where didn't I left? I assume you're talking about the tournament, Pokeful? Oh, the home game. Yeah, no, sorry, the delay fucked me up there. Fair enough. Yeah, this Friday I could make it. I was out fishing. Glory Man in the channel. Good to see you, sir. Thanks for the good lucks. After some days absence and some, rust to shake off, I might need some good luck. And you have some decent hands, some decent boards. Board pairing down here. Actually, should have. Don't like the bad part there. The Rock Moon, welcome back. And Barry, 1107, thank you very much for the 6-month resub. Sheesh. Cheers. Thanks a lot. Without a spade, I'll just let it be. Yeah, welcome back to Rock Moon. And thanks a lot, Barry. Really appreciate it. Cheers. What a way to welcome me back. How far away from PLO 50 are we? We're in a few study streams away from it, basically. At least from taking shots, not from making it my main game just yet. Yeah, that's the long and the short of it. We'll get there soon enough, I reckon. That's basically my plan for the next couple of weeks. To have a bunch of study streams and to also stream a little bit less for a couple of weeks, maybe for most of May, and go into the lab myself and do a lot of studying, and hopefully emerge on the other side a better and ideally slightly more profitable PLO player for June and going forward. So PLO 50 shots might happen this month already. I have planned it out yet. It kind of depends on. I'm gonna go with the flow. Basically, it depends on how much studying I get in. And yeah, that's the plan in a nutshell. Now we have 2 pair over there and have 2 pair down here, huh? Let's go with the check raise here, I reckon. And take it on up here. Get a call here. A few other spots in the meantime. Up there, we still have the top pair. All right, let's call that. Not a good run out. Down here, the 9 in the end. I'm not gonna fold, but I'll Yeah, I think the pot is too large. Ah, fuck off, man. Alright. See the pair, open ender. Kind of surprised you showed up with that on the river, didn't fold the turn, but what can you do? Ooh. 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 Oof. Oof. Those are two rough ones. Yeah, sort of a mini wrap. Fair enough. Oh well. When you bet pot on the river on the micros, it's always the nuts. I think that's pretty close to entirely correct, yeah. Seems that way, doesn't it? Case in point there. One of the better turns to roll off on table one. There's a pair and a wrap. Yeah, you can probably still tell that I'm still a little bit tired after the weekend. I don't know why I didn't get enough sleep. I think I'll invest in some, like, what are they called? Blackout curtains. Next. Shit, what the hell? Wow. So 3-bet and 4-bet. And Lauren was the one who shot up with a very weird hand in that all-in pot earlier. Check 5. Holy hell. The fuck? The good old kinking 9 whatever 4-bet, huh? Okay. I think we're gonna like it on table. What is that table 4 down there? Benjamin forced you to play higher stakes. Soon enough. Cheers, though. Yeah, but I am a bankroll management nit, in case you haven't noticed. So there's that. Down here, this feels like a table I want to be involved with way more hands within reason. And get denied on this one, huh? Yeah, thanks for saying that, Patch. I'll get there. And tables like table 4 down there might help in that. Rather we get some hands and favorable runouts. Did anyone have an eye on the Gaffon challenge today? Let's see, how's it? Is this statistic on screen today's winning or is it in total? Now it's total winning. So about today, I don't know. What do the stacks look like? I don't know if they reset them at any point in between the starting time and now. If they haven't, then fill us up a bit for the day. Cool. Nope. I'm gonna just do the risk of getting rebased an ISO tier from these two guys just too great. And that's not a hand we want to play in a 3-out part. And this one will do nicely, however. And then we get aces on the table down there. Is it me or have they folded the last orbit? Alright, we'll make do with Gordon then. She gonna check this without a spade. Eh. So this could be an interesting one for vision, so I'm gonna take a screenshot. That's just what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna take screenshots of everything, and that way I have some situations set up for tomorrow. What with no real-time hand history, so I think that's the best way of going about it. So yeah, tune in for the status stream tomorrow to find out if you should be c-betting here or not. I guess in the single race part I wouldn't have. Optimal set. Wow, nothing. No, well, a pair and a gutter. Was it anything better than that? Did she have two pair there? Okay, so she turned two pair and had a gutter as well. She is giving the money away. I hope someone is left by the time we can get involved. I guess so. But I have a feeling it's gonna get exactly 3-bet. Herr Tund, welcome back. Dropping the knowledge, fill down 2 binds. Okay, that's not bad either way. Cool. I guess we call. We're going to be in position for the rest of the hand. It's not too meaningful, seeing that the pot is quite large already. But if we flop like this, then I hope that bodes well for us. Also, welcome back, Herr Tund. Yeah, okay. 2 binds either way is really not bad. And they're quite far along in their challenge already. They played 6,500 hands out of what, 15K? I'm actually surprised how fast they are progressing. Seems to play is a quite good deal faster than it was versus Nvidia as well. Ooh, okay. Hmm. So theoretically, we could improve now with the 7 of clubs. We would make the uber nuts. Seeing another club while holding 3 clubs is kind of this makes for a weird spot, man. Already. Bet, call, or tank call, I should say. And we have 3 clubs, and another one rolls off. Hmm. Fuck. It's a wild spot. I guess I have to let it go. Or shit. Bet, call. Bet, call. Okay, I guess now I don't feel as bad anymore as I did anymore. So this guy comes and leads right out, gets raised. What the hell is happening in this hand? Set versus set. Wow. Wow. I got no words about this, man. What a spot, what a hand. So he bets it all the way with a set on a straight flush board. Sheesh. 10 on it to shove when you have 100 binds. No gamble, no future. I don't know, man. I kind of need to be able to keep paying my monthly bills, low as they are. So I have a vested interest in not getting broke. Also have a vested interest in seeing a turn here. Ideally, a slightly different one. Paired, a nut flush draw, and an open ender. We're gonna run out. And they're getting in it as yet again. Oh, Lauren is sitting on more than her short stack again. Don't know what happened there, but I approve. Waste no time in investing a lot of that money here by calling. I mean, we certainly couldn't enter the spot, but I'm curious to see how it ends. Wow, just a casual €100 pot. What a table, man. What a table. Only downside here is our seat. This guy has the best seat in the house right now. We absolutely cannot protect our hand by 3-betting or 4-betting pre-flop here, or attempt to lose Lauren. She makes it very clear that she likes to play no matter what, with anything she perceives to be a good hand. Interesting table. I fold the flush for a yeah, right? That was a sorry spot. I have a feeling we were actually like the other guy didn't have the better flush. And up until the river, we were actually ahead there. Chowser! Now that's a pleasure seeing you. What a day you picked. I was actually not streaming there for a couple of days, so it's nice to have you back today, sir. PLO games have been going slowly this month, admittedly. Didn't play too much yet. But they've been going alright. Nothing outrageous either in either direction. We are up a little bit for the month. It was in the end full house versus full house. It was this table, and this guy here had the top set on the flop, I believe. He had a set of 8s, and this guy had a set of 6s, and both of them made a full house. So here everybody checks. Here in the set, you say? Okay, let me go back to the hand, actually. No, yeah. Middle set versus turn, top set. Oh, so this guy really had jack shit on the board when he... Sheesh. Because he bet the flop as well. What the hell is happening? And here, this lady left the table, which is super unfortunate. To be serious for a minute, how have you improved your mental game? Not many conscious steps towards it, I guess. Hang on. Oh, this guy's really short. Never mind. That solves everything right there. Good turn for us. And we stay good. Right, so I did listen to parts of the Mental Game of Poker Part 2 at least. Although I think that was, like, Part 1 is more general and would be more worthwhile to read first. But that's the only conscious effort I took towards improving my mental game. I guess it came with playing a lot of hands and seeing, if you see a lot of bad beats, it doesn't rattle your cages as much as it used to anymore. And I guess I'm not very prone to anger by nature, which certainly helps in that regard. Hang on. We could check raise this. It's like the weakest part of our range there. Okay. You know what? Let's. Where's the aces up here? Flop, I could take heads up. We take it down with check raise there on the table. But three ways, I think I kind of want to check here. See where this goes. I'm sure you can make that fold. Like in that spot, bet, call on the flop, and then he bets again on the turn. I mean, turns out he was on the flop just completely full of it. And while the turn did improve him, he was holding nowhere near a strong hand there just yet. So yeah, I think you can make that fold as well. Here, after we 3-bet, just gonna shove it in. Top 2, the gutter. Oh, the other guy didn't call. Yeah, we never knew. We never found out what he ended up showing up with. He didn't call on the river. So yeah, about the mental game question, like I'm assuming you mean that I have a decent mental game, which I believe I do. If that assumption is wrong, then ignore everything I said about it. And yeah, I don't really have a good answer. I never had to work on that too much. The streaming certainly helped quite a bit in that regard. Because I tend to think about tilt in terms of like sort of psychological energy, mental energy, not in an esoteric sense, but something that builds up in your mind until you get to a point where you go, fuck this, you rivered me for the third time. This sucks or whatever. Whereas what with the constant talking, this energy buildup rarely reaches the threshold where the effects start to affect my play. But I do hear good things about the mental game of poker by Jared Tendler, I believe. So if you want to look into improving your mental game, then a lot of players swear by it. And yeah, I'll certainly give it another read or another listen to as an audiobook either way at some point as well. Holy hell. How about that turn then? Four flushes did. We had the queen high, I think, so there were actually only two. No, three. I think we had a jack high flush. But yeah, the other players' lines just looked so strong by the turn. I think we're good there. That's nice. And up here, can we get value? Yeah, I get what you mean, Batch, but it kind of helps if you realize that you want players to play bad against you. Sure, they get lucky every once in a while, but the thing about players getting lucky and you seeing that and going like, is that there are sessions where it happens every second hand, sure, but there are way more sessions where we believe that is the case. But what actually happens is selective memories, like cognitive bias, which is a very important concept to have to understand as a poker player in my mind. Whereas since you pay attention to certain outcomes and you have, there's an emotional component attached to them, especially if you get bad beat and you lose and you have all these bad feelings and whatever. This leads to... when we review a session in our memory or when we play the session and look back at it in our mind, we tend to focus on these spots that are loaded with emotions, i.e. the spots where we got bad beat, where a sad run out happened. And that makes it seem as these spots happen all the time. In reality, they don't. We just remember that they do. It just feels as if we get beat all the time. And that's an important distinction to make. Like, some days you get beat every time. We've had it on stream where it just said, like, with raised arms, like, oh, okay, oh. Clearly as shitty as it gets, but mostly it's a question of perception. We perceive reality to be, in this case, to be worse than it is, and that's an important concept to know about. I feel, because that makes it easier looking back and going like, you know what? Probably I'm just focusing on all the really bad spots, which didn't happen nearly as often as I believe. So I don't need to be as angry as I initially was going to be. I don't know if that rant made any. That monologue made any sense. I don't feel I'm at my sharpest today mentally, I have to admit. I hate losing the player, but I also hate playing heads up. Broken monitor. Yeah. I understand the emotion behind it, but if that's how it takes you, then I don't know. Maybe. Like, sure, maybe you can get it under control, but maybe poker just isn't for you. That's not the worst realization to come to after some time. If you're just going, you know what? I tried it. It just doesn't fit or suit me as well as I'd hoped. Yeah, I had one out. Sure. It's a matter of phrasing another poker full. Sure, I had to draw to the nuts, but another way of phrasing that would be I had one out. If I was indeed behind. It's just a choice. Yeah, okay. I get it. I get it. I think maybe investing in a really expensive screen might be the cure there. Where you go like, oh, nah, can't do it. Can't replace this baby. In a 3-bet pot, certainly gonna attack this board. Don't feel you need a big sizing. King is interesting. You'd certainly go ahead and wrap that king, but I think it's really thin, especially at PLO 20 to do so. So probably just check give up, yeah. Now we get aces and tens on the table. Not sure how much a one outer makes. How much a difference a one outer makes there. Yeah, pretty much. Glory man. Aces and tens take it down pre. I'm gonna watch this one because it might be that this one of these guys is the same guy as the pink shirt on the other table just now. Put a hole through your computer desk. How the hell did you manage that? Do you have power tools lying around for in case you get angry? Like, I'm gonna drill my way through this desk. How the hell did you manage to make a hole in your desk? Sheesh. Tables are breaking left and right, and that sucks, man. Sucks to no to no small extent. 10 it is for now, at least on some tables. Fair enough, bet. That's pretty good, man. Stop talking all this logic and just agree with me that I'm the unluckiest player ever. Oh, Kings versus a 3-bet. Okay. Wow. Wow. Just had a feeling as quickly as I checked that we're gonna lose him on the turn pretty much always. Just why I checked. Hope to get one bet out of him. No joy, alas. Oh, nice. Found another PLO 20 table. And we get 4-bet down here. All right. See you flop. Make it a good one. Okay. Feels pretty good. Feels pretty good. So far, so nice. And we don't get run out on, especially when we make quads on the river. Neat. Sorry, tables might jump around. Guess we have to gutter to the straight flush again. All right. Bluffed there in the bases that I wanted to. Aces, you say? Well, yes, please. Please do not fold any more flushes. Oof. Well, that's not going to be an issue on this board. Unless something goes very wrong on round one's end. Hey, get another PLO 20 table. Awesome. That way we can ditch the PLO 10 again. Neat. Nope. As much as it. Oh wait, actually, never mind. We are closing the action here. Probably. Let's actually check this one out. Yep, gets called. Wasn't sure about the dangler, but the Queen Jack 10 combo, again, just a bit too nice. And took a different line. Normally I call there most of the time. Not saying that's the best way to play it, it's just how I historically approach this spot. This time I decided to raise it right on the flop. Essentially figuring all the sets are going to continue. All the aces, all the kings. And here we get a call, that's awesome. Shiny. Did we just 3-bet this exact same hand? Might have been different suits, but I'm fairly certain the cards were the same. Alright. I'll take those 70 cents. Thank you. With that, we're a little less than a buy-in down for the day so far. So nothing major happened either way. Ooh. Feels pretty major to me. Do get 3-bet. Button versus small line without an ace. Do we ever have to 4-bet here? The connectivity, we actually might. I'm checking. You know what? Let me check this out. Obviously not folding to a shove now. Wonder if that's this. Oh. So we're wrapping the aces, right? Maybe we can get away with a really tiny bet here. All right. That worked out nicely. Since we also didn't hold an ace, it's very possible that this guy shows up with an ace king, ace queen. So I was worried about that. About him not being able to fold that. Let's check this out for pre-flop. King, queen, jack. So we had the perfect connectivity, perfect suits. It's a raised call, so we overplayed our hand there a little bit. Even with an... Wait, really? Even with an ace, ace, queen, king, for example. Double suited only gets called. I feel I shouldn't be surprised at that, but yet I am. I know this is true versus in like earlier position battles, but on the button versus Marble and Razor? Wow, how about this miraculous run out? And down here in the 3-bet pot. Certainly gonna call. I was the 3-better, by the way. Interesting turn. Take it if the tournament run we are no nearer to. Yeah, the tournament run didn't change much about it one way or another, to be honest. For me, from my point of view, you know, the stake tournaments obviously didn't go stellar this time around. But I actually broke even in the tournaments. What with some deep runs and even a win, I think, in the non-stake ones. Oh, no, second place wasn't a win. Second place we managed to get. So for me, it didn't change anything at all about it, basically. But yeah, they didn't bring us, in the strictest sense of the question, yes, that's true. They didn't bring us any closer. And apparently we got a call down there as well by the second nut flush. Things are currently going our way. Knocking on wood and all that jazz. Speaking of knocking on wood, how's Phil doing? Is it over? I think it is over. Let's see if I can pick up in the chat what's happening. Too late for that. If you guys in the chat know how it ended, let me know. I'd be curious. Potmasher, welcome, welcome. Good to see you, sir. Wonder if he ever got to call here. I doubt it. Although, let's see. The first MP. Ah, see, I was right to doubt it. It's close. As in, this hand gets folded, make it a ace, king, queen, 10, or queen, jack, even triple suited. We sure go ahead and call and see a flop. So far, I must say I've been pretty spot on with what I checked up in the metrics, except for those kings there. Although in the micros at an exploitative adjustment, I think against some players that's fine. Not saying I have, not claiming against this guy, it might have been. Here, let it be. But yeah, against the pink shirts, for example, on the table from earlier, sure. I'd go ahead and 3-bet, 4-bet this one all day long. Ooh. Raining aces today. does give us a gutter, matter of fact. 4 to the straight. And here we're just gonna call after this guy leads into us on the flop. Here we take it down. That's a very nice but welcome surprise. What pairs? And he doesn't let up, huh? All right. So what did the gentleman to our left on table 2 show up with there? Jack, jack, deuce. Yeah, makes sense. Taking one step on the flop. Probably all right. Yeah, probably is as a one-off. Ooh, I forgot from the mastermind I downloaded a shiny randomizer that I haven't employed yet. Let me rectify that. I think I did. Maybe I didn't. Oh, there you go. This guy loves the min raising here. Been doing it the whole time. Nice. So it's just this little. Oh, you can actually didn't mean to switch over there. I had the wrong button here. Excuse me. So it's just this little thing that shows you a number between 0 and 100. You can either go next manually or have it do so automatically. If you want to say, you know, I fold this in 72% of the cases, then if the number is bigger than 72, you would raise it, right? Or you would not fold it, whatever the alternative option would be. Okay, that's cool to have. That's you know, you need in every hand, but every once in a while it's nice to have something on the side. Okay. Go with the check maybe. Oof. A lot of bluffing going on. Make trips up here. This is weird. Does he bet a flush like this? I doubt it. I'm weirded. I'm weirded out sufficiently to call here, and he does have what he's saying he's having. Got me there. Good for you, man. Oof. Not too helpful of a flop. Yeah, if you've never worked with a randomizer, basically I never have, but I think I believe I got the concept right. To explain it again, if you say, you know, at this spot, I'm going to fold here, spot whatever, I'm going to fold 75% of the time. So if you roll a 75, then that's still a fold. If you roll a 76, that would be whatever the non-folding option would be, like call, I guess. And it's pretty much helps you decide and helps you stay truly randomized to spots where the solver, or just you, by your intuition or by what you learned during your studies, would employ a mix strategy. Then you have to mix it somehow, right? And that's where this little randomizer tool comes in. So yeah, 25% of the time, a 3-bet here, you check, and the randomizer rolls a 14, and you go like, okay, cool, I'm gonna 3-bet. Because it's easy to fall into the trap of going like, you know, I'm at this mixed strategy spot, and this time I'm gonna do whatever. Chances are, you know, an hour from now, you're not gonna remember the spot, and you don't remember if you should be, you know, if you should be doing it again, if you should take the other option this time around. Just tough to remember that. So this helps. That is pretty superior board. Okay. I think we're just checking pretty much range in the smart blind versus big blind spot. Also something, you know what, I'm going to take a note of that. Check out the frequencies for this spot in tomorrow's study stream. So let me take a note on that. What did I tell you in the I don't know. You need to write it in caps next time. All right, note taken. All right, here I'm going to heed your advice. See, I do listen. I do listen. Guess I'm randomizing my listening frequency a little. So the interesting-ish spots here against a very aggressive player here. Who checks into us on an ace-high board, 3-betting. Down here he's gonna see a turn. Ooh, okay. That I will take. I guess it's better than a spade. Trying to fight the silver lining here on this river card. We'll see. All right. And it did have the kings, so that's why he didn't bet. And he 3-bet the king, queen 7, I believe. That is noteworthy in itself. And here we're probably going to call down with a club. King, queen 7. What were the positions here? Goes for it, huh? So bet the flop. Bet the turn, bets the river. We have a club. We have a low club. Yeah. Also, very nice hand over here. Oh, fancy that. Damn. There I would have loved a lot of action. 7 and 5. Welcome back. The little kitty, Lily, is getting more and more adventurous right now. She's hanging out downstairs, I believe. We get a corner. We're good. That's good. But she is well and happy. That's one reason why I didn't do an afternoon stream. I got stuck on the bed with Lily purring and sleeping on my chest for more than an hour, and it would have felt like committing a crime to get up there. So I didn't. Now she's doing nicey. It looks like a right NutRaisin. You're trying to make this a thing? I don't know. It might work. It might work. So checks to us. All right. Check it as well. Here. And this is now a pretty sweet scenario. Here we get called as well and don't need to split up either. Oh well. Yes, she still spends the nights and the evenings up here, but during the afternoon, during the early evening, she tends to spend some time with my folks downstairs. No doubt harassing Louis the dog. Wonder if this is already the definition, fits the definition of double suited trash, i.e. does not necessarily get defended there. Yeah, it actually does. Down to the King 965, which, you know, just visually is a much more pleasing hand and one I wouldn't need to look up. But this one, in fact, does not get defended. Ooh, that's actually something I keep saying a lot, and even though it's relatively basic, might make good content for the poker stream as well, for the study stream as well. Big blind defend frequencies. Noted. Get 3-bet again. Don't mind here with his hand. Against the gentleman. Dig her off so fast. They do. Although in reality, she's still... I mean, I guess she's growing, but to me, she's still very, very tiny. But I need to take her to the vet. She has something on her, like a little growth or something on her lip. I need to find out what that's all about. I remember one of my cats having had that in the past as well. It was nothing major, but I do want to get it looked at. Such a nice turn. But not a good run out, just letting it be. And post-flop, this Terry dude seems to be reasonable. Really relatively wide pre-flop, but post-flop I haven't seen him go absolutely bonkers yet. Aces, you say? Maybe there's a chance this guy comes in for the 3-bet now. This afternoon she did something super cute though. She climbed up on my shoulder and she slept like behind my neck for a good 15 minutes or so, purring and eventually falling asleep, like twitching in her dreams, chasing something. No doubt. That was just super cute. If he bets, I'm actually going to fold here, I guess. Like the overpairs don't really need to bet, or don't bet much like queens. Kings we block, aces we have ourselves. Queens, jacks, And we're good. Not see betting against the small blind for sure. Nice, the queens we do beat. Hey, I was just going to say Nobler Espanol, but indeed it's Kivels. I remember, man. I think this whole memory thing is getting... What's the word? Good to see you, sir. Who's just smoking? That's a lot of comment crammed into one comment. Hang on. Get back to you in a second. First, let's deal with the bottom set. So good to see you, Kivels. Grinding party leaderboard and got rakeback challenge from PokerStars. Yeah, I got the same challenge. How much is yours for? Mine's is for like 1,000 points, I believe, for $80, 40% rakeback. It's nice of them to offer. The party leaderboards. Is this the first week of you doing that? I would be very interested in hearing an update every once in a while, like every week or so. How is it treating you? Like, what stakes are you playing, and what rank are you shooting for? And Yeah, I'd be curious to talk to you about it. Ooh, that's a pretty golden turn here. Thanks for saying you missed me. I'm sorry for the long absence. I hadn't planned on that. Kind of developed organically. I will. That being said, I will be streaming less in May, but then it'll be with an announcement, not just me kind of being away for a couple of days like it was over the weekend. But thank you very much for saying that. You too. Have a good one. You go crush them yourself, my friend. Whilst to smoking PLO 20 and playing PLO 20? Well, they're not intertwined. The PLO 20, PLO 50 shots will have to wait until more status streams have happened. And the smoking, well, you got me there. You got me on that one. So it seems today the games on Rio are pretty decent. Especially in the beginning, the tables were way better than average. And right now there are spots on every single, or on almost every table as well. King, Jack 6 down here. For under the gun, let me check this. If you do raise it, it's a raise fold, I would say. 6. And it does get played. Yeah, of course. As long as we have two broadways, I think, like a king and another broadway, we raise them all. Queens and jacks in the meantime, and double suited over here. What a pretty looking hand. Yeah. So almost all king, queens, like king down to king, queen 4, and that's the same with jacks and with 10s. As in, queen, jack, 4, queen, king, 10, 4. So, having 3-bet and up in ace high. Actually gonna check this. Okay. Okay. Is this a good card or is it a bad card? Feels like a good card now. 2,500 points. Holy hell. Okay. So that's for 160 for $200. Get raised here. It's weird, but I doubt I'll be folding versus this line. See it more often as a bluff than as a value. Like if he goes, raise on the river now after having checked behind on the turn. Cool. Oh yeah, fair enough. You were away also. I hope you had a good time and you were doing something fun. I certainly was. Friday I went fishing. Now I always bring my phone, figuring, I'm gonna take a picture, post it on Twitter when I get home. And I never do. I always forget about it. I think what I'll do going forward is just have mobile internet, which so far I don't really need. For stuff like this, I think it would be kind of fun to be able to post pictures when I go fishing or whatever. At least one or two. So you can tell I'm still getting to grips with the whole social aspect of social media. This feels like a very wide call, by the way. Isstoff Jung, good to see you. Today the traffic is all right. Even though we have 58 entries at PLO 10, we have nice 26 at PLO 20, so not too shabby. Right now I'm sitting on 4 tables. I'm sure there's 1 or 2 more happening. That's one spade I can live with. I'm not gonna go for the pot. Kibbles, filling in some... Wow. The sleepyhead. I guess we have to fold. We have to fold this probably. Smells like kings or king queen. Yep. It hurts, but we need to let it be, I believe. So you got 9th, huh? Even though I had pure run bet. Sorry to hear about that, man. So this... Does it mean that were you still in profit for that part of the race then? From Thursday till Monday, yeah. I see. Oh, okay, there I have it. Made 500 US, not 500, $5 from Thursday to Monday, plus running super on AB. Okay. I mean, not okay, but you get what I mean. Do we continue to increase because of cheating with the party? Well, these personalized offers on stars are nowhere good enough to get you a decent rakeback for the whole month. So yeah, you go and cheat at party. In a sense, by playing at party, I mean cheating poker stars. That could easily be taken out of context, couldn't it? Quick, nobody clip that. So you're looking to go into the PLO 25 leaderboards, huh? Hey, let me know how that goes. I'm gonna be curious. And also I'm gonna be curious in hearing about how you perceive the PLO 25 field on... Oh shit, really? What? On party. Variance is obviously huge, yeah. The field at PLO 25, I thought it was decent, as in it's a decent pool to play in. There were some good players in there as well, I felt. Deltits! So that's you, huh? Went to channel Deltits right there. Good to see you, sir. You got the maximum out of that. Could play six zoom tables easily. Yeah, 6 I can do without streaming for sure. Hang on. Sweet check. This is pretty nice. Delta, it's a recent addition to the streamer team. Streams PLO cash games. on round one. So check him out if you want, if you need more PLO in your life, and who doesn't. Right, so a few spots ourselves. Am I misconning here, or did I river the nuts? I think I rivered the nuts. Back to cashing out your opponent's money. Oh, nice. Maybe you should get a job in the MMA or for professional fighters, Chi-Ching. Like when they go for the weigh-in and they need to, they spout lines of each other. Like, I'm gonna crush you. Like you're gonna come up with some gems because every time you come into the channel, you have some great openers. Welcome back, Chi-Ching. Nice to see you. Check down here for starters. Oh, we have a bunch of nice spots. Right. So this hopefully is nice. We'll see about that. And this is pretty sweet as well. So here he checks, just checking as well, and we split it up in the end. That's cool. Betting the pot here. Actually, here we can go smaller. Seem to be blocked the nut flush draw as well. And you probably all know Chi-Ching by now, if you have been in this channel before. If you don't, go check her out. One of the nicest people on Twitch, one of the channels I always enjoy myself. Oh, chips are flying up here. Aces versus... Oh, what the hell? Who are you? Yeah, one of the channels I watch on my downtime. So check her out, give her a follow. Perfect, says Lily. Oh, she's been saying a lot of that this afternoon. She spent more than an hour perched on top of me, lying on my chest while I was in the bed watching Netflix and just enjoying her company. What Kippy wrote about on my Discord about the PLO 50 pool, completely agree. Yeah, I think if you take PLO 50 shots, then maybe right now they wouldn't be on round one since the pool, doesn't come across as the softest, right? Let this be. Whatever. So Deltits, are we sharing any more tables if you want to share? Don't need to, that's fine. Here, okay, let's go. To pair, you say. No backup though. Oh. That's pretty sweet. Again, something ideally suited for the most study stream. How wide am I defending kings here? Yeah, that's fine. We do defend there with those kings. Oh, holy river Batman. So if this is deltas, he's not going to call us with a weaker hand, right? I think I'll save myself the headache and just call. The gutter. You still don't know Chi-Ching. Well, now's your chance to change it. She streams. Yeah, normally I would say that. She streams No Limit tournaments. She has a live cash game background as well. And she streams No Limit tournaments on her channel. Has had a bunch of deep runs recently. Including some final tables, I believe. Phew. This was stupid to call behind what this guy calls. Like, if this goes 3-way, heads up. Sure, if this guy bet, if he folds, like, I call, see a turn. But once he calls, like, really what am I hoping for here? And does continue though. None of this 4-card nonsense. Okay, what's happening? Deltas. Oh, that was you up there. I think that was you up here then, right? That should be you between Dawn and Chris, I reckon. Nice. Neat. That one we split up. No hard feelings about that one. Big girthy potato Rio, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for saying that, man. The last hour really wasn't good, but I'm glad you enjoyed it. Last hour was just me getting tired, my ears getting tired, and me playing around a little bit. But before that, I thought it was all right. So cheers. Thank you. She is playing the devil's games, but she is so nice that I can't help but like her and shout her out. Pro money torture. On some days, I can lay a claim to the title as well. Ooh. Nice flop for having 3-bet. Please raise it up, sir. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. And we are going to play for more than 100 BB here as well. Shazam, my friends. That was a good one. Woo. Tapped here at 3-bet, right? Right. Let's take a look at that beautiful spot again in a moment. Come on, shove it in, Rick. No? So he opened this under the gun, called the 3-bet. The open under the gun, that's too wide, by the way. That's not a under the gun open. All right, all right, all right. I'm certainly down with the result, however. Yeah, Keywords do update. I guess playing -2, -4 BB is okay in the race. Yeah, probably with the leaderboard, but that that only works if nothing happens that week that prevents you from reaching your leaderboard. If you like fall sick on Sunday, then that's just gonna suck donkey balls. If you're not gonna be able to play and then lose a profitable spot on the leaderboard. But of course, that's not the biggest concern there. So fingers crossed. I'll be curious to hear about the updates there. Was folding king queen 2 race, yeah. Could go for smaller sizing there. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I figured you wouldn't call deltas. I figured. So for hero by ace with the blocker. Yeah, reasonably so. Certainly a call I would make. Top pair open ender, make the top 2 and a nice blocker. Range of blockers. Okay. Interesting spot here. We could just shove it in. Ooh, that's nice. Obviously it makes aces less likely, but we don't even have a queen, so we don't even block ace queen or anything like that. And we don't have anything now, or yet, so just letting it be. I'm pondering over that line, Chiching. I joke a lot, so I actually enjoy PLO as well. The way you phrase it seems like there's a causal connection there. But definitely can play this for a living. Interesting line. I'm at work right now, so I know how you feel. But luckily for me, all the distractions are part of it. Oh yeah. Like, especially if you're English, badge D, /S is implied, I believe. Ilaria, thank you for the good lucks. Just in time for the big pot, I believe. So the good luck certainly worked in that one. Welcome back, sir. For a cash game only stream. No pesky tournaments today on the channel. Just some cash game goodness, hopefully. All right. Now that the pot is getting rather large here. Let's see a flop. Again, ideally a different one. Thank you very much for the good lucks, Ilaria. Appreciate it. Now the Poker Fool asking the hard-hitting questions. Did we improve the bankroll? Well, in this session we actually did so far. Right now we won a 63 euro pot here, heads up. And with that we are profit for the day. And things are going in the right direction. Also got streamer back for last month, which wasn't, even though there were many tournaments, not many cash games happened on run at once. It was still a nice chunk of change. So things are heading into the right direction. Yeah, start Monday, finish Monday, no matter what. Yeah, exactly. It kind of locks you in there, right? I guess that's something I could shoot for, for specific weeks or in the winter more easily. But in the summer, with relatively frequent fishing trips and everything, can't map out the whole week just for poker. $36 entries now at PLO 20. Somebody asked earlier about the traffic. I forgot who it was. But yeah, it's growing right now. Looking quite alright. Speaking of quite alright, that's not too shabby. I would lose 20 binds in 2 days. I forget about playing only for 4 days, but it is what it is, yeah. Yeah, there are certain runs that certainly do make you pause. Where you go like, maybe I'll take a break for a couple of days. Oh, you wouldn't? Wait, if I wouldn't lose 20 binds in 2 days, I forgot. No, good. Now you have me confused, sir. All right, so you grind of hell like hell for 4 days, and so you don't go balls to the wall the whole 7 days. You kind of pace yourself. Am I reading that correctly? We will crush them, you and me. I'm down for that, sir. I am down. And OMFG, nice to see you. Welcome back. Thanks for the good lucks. Okay, not the board I was envisioning, but it might work. Might just work. When can we expect to PLO 200? I'm still waiting on the letter from the long lost dead aunt that left me, aunt that left me like, $1 million or something. If that lever ever comes here, then if it ever arrives, then I'll give you an update on the stakes right away. Right. I now remember that part, Kivitz. Right. You're a lady from Ukraine. I remember. Sorry, things like that, they do slip through. They slip through the cracks, and I'm trying my best, but sometimes I forget about stuff like that. So apologies, Ilaria. She won the home games. You make deep runs in the home games quite often. So that name certainly rings a bell in that regard. By the way, I probably should have asked somebody specific or have put an at everyone in that. When I wasn't here on Friday, I wasn't able to see the results of the last home game. I asked in Discord for somebody to please record them, but I should have made that more visible, I guess. So right now, I don't have the results of last week. If anybody has them for some reason, then please get them to me. If you, which I assume is the case, if nobody has them, then I'll write to Star Support today. Completely forgot about that yesterday and today before, and ask them about the results for this specific tournament. Here, decent splash, 80 cents for BB in the middle, and it was limped, so opened up our range and went ahead with the call. If you want to get a roll and crush Galfond, then heads up in a year. Then you have to forget about the fishing. Seems a bit wild as a plan right now. Not impossible, but a bit wild. So I'll put the hopes on crushing Phil anytime soon on the back burner for now. I was going to say going to go for the check raise, but if it goes like this, let's turn this one into a bluff. Bluff with equity as well. Huh. Can't decide if I want to call. I don't want to check. Like, he's just going to check behind so much. Okay. And he finds the fold after a long tank. Here, we're going to see a turn. Take it down here. That's nice. And if you're talking about double suited aces, they don't get much better than that. Matter of fact, they don't, period. I think ace jack 10 is even better than double suited aces and kings. So you're looking at the prettiest hand in PLO. which takes down the big blind. Oh, I see. Lose 20 binds in the beginning, and then you have no choice but to grind it back during the week and secure your spot on leaderboard. But gain a lot of confidence. Okay. Hey, cool. Cool. And that's an important part. Oh, hang on. That's possible that Lily is knocking. Nope. She's a very talkative cat, but she hasn't figured out that she needs to make a noise when she's outside of my door for me to notice her. Call once with the top pair, back to flush draw, and that set flush draw is coming in right now. At least on the turn. Kings and jacks take it down pre. Wow, goes for the pot. I think top pair and the flush draw is a bit too strong. Please call, please call, please call, please call. Batch, what are you asking me what my ambitions are, or? Also something for the study stream here. Like how wide my squeezing on my 3-betting range is there. Let's actually check this one out. It would again be a lot of pre-flop stuff, but yeah, I wouldn't mind. It's King Jack 3. And that's fine, that actually is a call. Not claiming I knew that. The Ace King Jack 4 and up, for example, would be a raise fold. So a 3-bet fold, like an Ace King Jack 5, for example, Ace King Jack 9, hands like these. It is for, oh yeah, no, because, you know, Nobler Espanol was talking about his PLO journey as well there. So I felt I needed to ask. My ambitions with PLO, well, that's going to be a weird answer. At least somewhat unusual, I guess, for a poker player. Since I don't have huge ambitions there or huge aspirations, let me get my thoughts in order and get back to you in a second. Maybe call 2 pair and an open ender down here. Not a good run out, obviously. You're now behind all the single paired aces, which is what he ends up having. Picked up a gutter as well, decided to bet it on the turn. I guess it's fair enough. So I guess it comes right down to it when it comes to me and ambitions in PLO. It would be like make PLO 100 my steady home. That'd be more than enough. I wouldn't mind. Of course, that's not where I plan on stopping. If I make it that far, I wouldn't mind taking higher shots at higher buy-ins and trying to stick around to them. But to be brutally honest, even PLO 50 would go a long way of enabling me to have a decent life. And PLO 100 for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Also playing more MTTs though, even though right now I'm back on focusing a little bit more on the cash games. After the last weeks were very MTT heavy. But yeah, they're gonna be a permanent fixture on the channel, and I wouldn't mind playing a few higher buy-ins on the side pretty much continuously now. So I guess that also qualifies as an ambition. Wondering where you see yourself getting to. Yeah, pretty much that. Like next step, PLO 50, that'll go a long way. And then PLO 100, I'd be fine. I'd be smelling like roses. A decent win rate at PLO 100 or something similar would suit me just fine. Jack 10 double suited. It is the best hand for sure. Even though another poker fool doesn't agree. For the longest time, I thought it was aces and kings, but apparently, according to solvers, the ace Jack 10 has a slightly higher equity. I didn't need to raise here. I could have just limped in because I'm never going to lose this guy for the splash amount. Pretty good turn. Watch him have river 10s. I know! The quick call. I just knew it, man. He was like, okay, you can have a better full house. I river the showdown of the hand. So here, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to draw on us. Yeah, now pretty much impossible. Also not going to win a big one. River to 10, so. How dirty. Take it down. King, Queen, Jack, double suited, my favorite. Oh, if you're talking personal favorites, then fair enough. Then there your personal taste is all that matters. In my limit hold'em days, I always had the 10-9 of diamonds as my favorite hand ever. Something about it I just liked. PLO be hard, don't you know it? Aces and deuces, making PLO a little bit more easy, at least pre-flop for now. Oh, hello. Why, yes, please. That's a very good card, unless the hearts roll off, which inevitably they did. And we can just look on in horror as the chips go the wrong way. The horror. Hang on. Delta, that's actually very true, yeah. If, you know, if Runner Ones had like a PLO 100 and I keep my current rakeback deal there, my current streamer level, I could just easily break even and make a very nice living on rakeback. That's very true. Truth be told, even a PLO 50 breaking even would be not too shabby. Certainly be above average, a good deal above average wage here in my part of Germany. Oh, hello. Hey, that's you know, the salvo way of looking at it. If you're talking personal favorite hands, those necessarily those don't need to be the best hands. Just need to be the hand that you like the best. Hang on. Well, that is nice. And would you look at this? Also pretty sweet. Maybe take it down. Kind of ran out of time there. Didn't even think. Just hit the bet button. I wish I would have taken more time. All right. Let's not get run out on again. We have all the hearts. He has 2 pair right now. Come on. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that, dealer. So, what's happening in the chat? Couldn't be asking me about my imp, so it had to be you. Hey, you never know. I think we're going to get you in the long run. You're going to move over to the dark side. You may rise. That actually wasn't a bad Palpatine, I feel. You may rise, Darth Vader. Nah, no, I'm overdoing it. Now it lost its appeal. Never to be done again. That's it. Blocking the king. Yeah, Delta, that's a good point. Yeah, you're blocking one hand you really want your opponent to have, and that is pocket kings. Excellent point. You're going to stream in 25 minutes, Ching. Oh, nice. I'm not going to do a super long stream tonight, so I reckon we'll show up at your place later. You know, spoiler. It sounds really good, but I have no idea what they're saying. The 7s. Continuing to be good for us. That's interesting. So I could maybe do the barest of minimum possible communication in Spanish if my life depended on it. But that's about it. But I've watched all of the shows and all of the episodes of Narcos and Narcos Mexico. And I do understand some of it, actually, when they talk in Spanish. It's like bits and pieces here and there. I was surprised about it. And Spanish always felt like a fun language to learn in my mind. I liked it quite a bit back in high school. And the 50 euro stack too. Let's find a 50 euro stack. So here, up here, Nathan, that would be you between Jaden and Antonio. Oh, well, well, well. Ooh, there's the flush draw. Come on, come on, stay nice. Oh! All right, all right, all right. All right, so we have 3 confirmed Deltits sightings on our table. The guy in the orange shirt on table 1, the guy in the orange shirt on table 3, wait, 2, and on table 4, having exactly the same position on all 3 tables. That's what are the odds, man? Something Buddha. The poker fool. What's my love for party poker? Well, unchanged. For cash games, obviously, you have a way better deal than Reddit ones. But for tournaments, I like their setup a whole lot. So yeah, unchanged. Still like them just fine. Well, they miffed it. They took out the tournaments from this schedule that I was still wanting to play. The 109 KO, the 33 KO in the afternoon, or evening rather. And that they didn't answer about my inquiry in this regard on Twitter either. So that was a bummer. But oh well. And I did notice that recently a lot, that their schedule changed, sometimes within 24 hours, quite a bit. I did it twice that I checked for the next day to see if the tournaments I thought action would be on, if I could play them next day, and they were there. And next day I log in and poof, gone. But yeah, that's a minor thing. Mini subtitles. Hey, fair enough, yeah. The problem with me with subtitles is that I cannot ignore them, even if I understand the language just fine. And I, for some reason, have the subtitles on. My eye always gets drawn down to them, and then I'm always like a second ahead of the action or something, since I'm a relatively fast reader. If I wanted to read, I pick up a book. All right. Kibbles, no habla español. Thank you very much, and see you soon, man. Thanks for being around for a while. Yeah, with a pair in my hand, obviously that would have been the Jesus turn, but well, yeah, actually it would have been the best turn. But yeah. I think the fold is fine. Without a pair in my hand, easier time to make two pair and all that stuff. Never fold there for the sizing. Let's see how this ends. That's how it ends, huh? Vaya con Dios. Oh, pretty sweet. And here, I'm not gonna turn it into a bluff. I think we blocked the straight and we have showdown value. Really likely we have the best hand, so we did. Very interesting here. The kings take it down. That's a strange line to pick with kings, but it worked out for deltas, so good for you, I guess. Here, I just figured relatively quickly that I wasn't gonna think about this one too long. Because if he has a hand that beats us, then he just took a slightly unusual line there. If I got a 2 better straight as well. 10 would give us the nut straight. Here we go, Abby. And that one we split up. Turn 2 pair here. Go for the raised fold. I think it's a decent approach. On the kings on table 1, we got raised by the big blind here. 3 flops, so I'll let it be. Which I believe is a good way of playing that hand. Try to put one over and delta it, so. Here, blind versus blind, we get raised. All right. That's a pretty decent board to get it in on. So check ripping it here. On table 2, we took it down. Still would check raise it, matter of fact. If we can. What are the sizes here? We go for something like this. Take it down. Defended the big blind here. Since then, it's been checked around. And we're good, apparently. I'm protecting my favorite checking range. Fair enough. So bluff here with equity. Also have that gutter, matter of fact. Pretty beautiful blockers. River is straight up here, huh? That's good. Should 3 under table, switch it out with a full ring table. And another table ended by itself, apparently. No biggie, we still have 4 in total. Might not be the best line to bluff against, the best guy to bluff against, yeah. Realized that actually on the flop, but then I kind of stupidly felt committed to the bluff, which is obviously not a good approach. So that one was completely self-inflicted, sadly. Yeah, that was a needless bluff on table 1. What did this guy have that he felt he needed to call? All straight on, okay. Yeah, that was a punt, that buy-in on table 1 against this guy. Like, generally speaking, bluffing, there's probably an okay approach. But yeah, in the specific spot versus the specific guy, prefer I wouldn't have even tried. After we got called, especially after we got called relatively quickly twice, or really quickly twice by him on the flop and on the turn, river is the latest where it should be given up. Wow. All 5s on the board down here, huh? I was gonna say, I'm thinking of a turn. That's the one, man. Yeah, see you later, Deltats. Hope you had a good session. It looked like you did. So I reckon we'll carry on until roughly around midnight, at which point I'll probably call it a night, walk the dog, and relax a little bit. Just this short stream today to ease me back into the streaming thing after I took, 5 days off or something? Yeah. Let's end it with a profit. That'd be nice. Right now we're down a buy-in. Okay, so there was that bluff, and there were 2 all-ins that didn't go our way. Where we got it in reasonably well, so... Except for that one bluff, there's no spot there where I go like, oh shit, I really shouldn't have done that. So I haven't got played for a couple of days, shaking the rust off. Happy enough with how it's going right now. But let's end it even better. Don't block either flush draw, huh? Alright, for this sizing, calling gets kind of silly. So let's fade, huh? Hopefully we're not splitting this one up. Ooh. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. Good stuff. Wait, what happened there? Okay, so was the splash part, was this kind of big blind? Yeah, okay. No, wait, that's the wrong hand. Wow, he opened that Queen 10-9-9 offsuit under the gun in a splash pot where he has to know he's not gonna get it down to heads up very often at all. Seems a bit wild. Take a note on that. I think it's at 1 pip too weak. Make it a Jack 7 rundown. And sure, let's check up on that. So effectively we are in MP here. Jack 6-5-4. Yeah, feels like a fold. Yep. And let's check it out for a possible Jack 7. Yeah, and then only the perfect rundown, the Jack 7-6-5 double suited. Doesn't matter which way double suited, even if the high suits are not ideal. They both get raise called all the same. Is that true for under the gun, I wonder? Actually, I no guess on that one. Let's see. Ace Jack 7-6. No, not Ace Jack, sorry. Jack 7-6-5. No, not under the gun. So it starts in MP. Cool. Also, type of hand I'm never entirely certain about. I'm gonna wait until I check it out. Till pre-flop is over. Right. Yeah, and rightly so. Interesting enough, the Ace 10-5-3 gets raised called. So gets played pretty much like this. But the Ace 10-5 deuce, matter of fact, does not get played at all here under the gun. Bit too gappy. We do manage to river 2 pair, which given how the hand is played out is probably going to be good. But I have a tough time seeing this one as a value bet. But I'm not folding. That'd be silly. Okay. It's not entirely silly since we did block the missed nut flush draw. It's a consideration. But we also got a very good price. Pretty sweet hand here in table 2. And ace is on another table. All right, bring it, dealer. Bring it. Oh. I meant on the flop or possibly beyond. Oh, never mind. That's cool by me. Doesn't matter. If he's shove here, he's not going to fold, but let's make sure the money goes in. Ooh, better flush draw. That's it. No, actually make a what? No, he makes a straight on the saw, makes this gutter. And had the flush draw as well. This flop was nearly as good as it looked, since that he had a flush draw locked up. Oof. I guess it's a good thing he was short, only lost half a stack. What a pity. Looked so huge too. And for change, nothing is happening on any table for us. Oh, by the way, anybody has any idea how the Galfan challenge ended today? Last I heard was Phil was down roughly 2 binds. That was 20 minutes before the end or so. I'd be curious if you do know. It's a good check on Twitter. Let's see. Oh. So apparently Action Freak was in the lead the whole session, but towards the end of the day, Phil actually managed to pull out ahead with a 19k win. And on tomorrow they are having a day off, and on Thursday they will be reaching the halfway mark at the challenge in the hand count. Neat. Also neat enough down here, unless it goes bet 3-bet. What do we do against a hypothetical bet 3-bet here? I'll check this one out in the matrix. I think we fold. Check out a similar spot. Yeah. Needs to be paired with an ace-king or double paired like 6s and 5s to become playable in a 3-bet spot. Apparently. Oh, definitely. Highly recommend Narcos. Narcos Mexico is very good, and the original Narcos is the bomb, man. That's great TV. Highly recommend. And the subtitles you get used to, I quickly got the feeling that if they dubbed that one, the series, the show would lose a lot of appeal, a lot of feel, because these Spanish-speaking actors that they have in there are very good, are doing a very, very nice job, and would probably lose some of that quality in translation. Even though Netflix does a bang-up job with the translations, generally speaking. And I say that as somebody who has translated for Netflix in the past. Rather proud of my contributions to Archer. I made some kick-ass subtitles for an episode or two. If I might say so myself. Yeah, fair enough. You can't get into it, pot measure. There's so much good TV out there. No need to try to force it. So we had like a 2-hour period where we're getting hands left and right now that has cooled off a bit. I wonder, closing action, if this guy folds. Like, if this guy calls, we probably have to fold, but get to defend with a non-ace suit. My big man defense is horrible. I have to admit it. Let's see. Was it ace 10, ace 7? So decent connectivity there, if that was indeed the right hand. Ace 10 at 7, yeah. Suited to the 10. Or not suited to the ace, the important part. And matter of fact, does not get defended. It needs to be suited to the ace here. I always feel so nitty when I fold hands like this, and I always seem to remember that, don't I need to be suited to the ace? And invariably, I do it wrong often. So there you have it, once and for all. Even in the big blind, where you get a discount, you close in the action, you're facing a single razor, blah, blah, blah. A hand like this needs to be connected to the suited to the ace. And single suited to the ace, too. Triple suited doesn't make the cut there either. In Solver World. Hey, publisher, thank you for dropping that knowledge. Appreciate it. Phil 190k, you got that right. All right, now we got a few hands going on all over the place. Actually, we have a playable hand on all tables. That's an interesting one. And it's not what I'm gonna fold. Like, if this guy comes over the top again, that would actually be pretty sweet. He doesn't, because it would mean that he has aces. But we flop well enough. It would not mean that he has aces, but increase the chance that he has aces as well, in which case we're doing absolutely wonderful. All right. We have to only flush draw. Come on. How can we miss on that turn? How can we miss? Flop the rep, turn the flush draw. Are you kidding me? What did the other guy show up with there? Yeah, very similar hand. That's a downer that he had this type of hand. Because he was blocking a lot of our outs. Gosh darn it. Oh well. Moving on. Phil Gold Fountain. That's a good one. Haven't seen that one before. Oh, that was a sad pot to lose, man. Damn. So we had the one gap there at the bottom, right? With that, what was it, 987? I think it's fine to be seeing a flop there, yeah. Range-wise, we are quite often doing quite excellent against both players. Or, well enough for a big pot. It would have been sweet had the other guy come over the top and had just both of them have aces. Did not flush draw for us. On an otherwise very connected board. Turn to see. So we don't block any other high diamonds. That's pretty sweet. Check the turn. I remember rooting for Escobar. That actor knocked it out of the park, man. NutRaisin, you're right. Agreed. Wow, now he comes in for the pot. All right. Actually, all right. Let's let it go. Getting the itch to stream again. You should. You should. Good, man. Would be happy to see you back on Twitch. The exact same hand, tens with an 8-7 and spades. Very same hand we have up here. I'm gonna call with the gutter, backdoor flush, all that stuff. Could go, yeah, you know, but if he bets here, I'm gonna go for the check. Either we lose here, we take it down. Either we lose it, let's showdown. Or if he goes for the bet, I'm gonna check rip. With all the tens, yeah. I think this feels like a nice line as a bluff every once in a while. All right. Hope he doesn't have it. Beautiful, baby. Beautiful. We can't win showdowns. We have to get the money back the hard way, I guess. Ooh, take it down here. No, that's a welcome surprise. Top two here. Let's see. Flop reasonably fine here as well. Gutter and the nut flush draw. Not bad, not bad. Take it down on the flop. Not folding turns here with a pair and an open ender. Try the same spiel again. Not blockers to the rescue, maybe? Nope, not this time. With the 8 high straight, fair enough. Still trying to figure out what you mean by big up Pablo. Been idly wondering about that ever since you put it in the chat. So river is flush here. Kind of interesting. And with that, we're down to heads up on this table. Okay. Interesting flop. We're pretty close for this price. Maybe slightly leaning towards a fold. Kind of interestingly, to bet the turn. I mean, he had a queen blocker, but he's gonna love getting re-raised. Oh, but braver. Thank you very much for... There's my camera. Thank you very much for the follow. Cheers. Appreciate it. Normally it's a fold in a non-splash pot. In a splash pot, we can see a board, which gives us a gutter, I guess, and a pair. Make that 2 pair. Ugh. Oh, we're still good. So we lost some of the fun players. I guess there's still some, at least the crazies got broke or left the tables for other reasons. We have some very wide players still up. Also lost some players in general, only quote unquote only 18 entries at PLO 20. But still 54 at PLO 50 and 23 at PLO 10. Nice. At 40 at PLO 200, so that's where everybody's gone. They move up to where they respect their raises, I guess. Sheesh. 40 entries, PLO 200. That's something. Wonder what the chances are if by calling we gonna see a free seat until the river for free, because we still have some outs. I mean, it could be one of the cards he might not be willing to bet on after I call the flop. Could easily have kings, could he have a 6. But he's not deterred, which means that I am now for certain in giving up on it. Semi-decent part happening up here. Der Alte, good to see you, sir. Hope you and yours are doing fine. Is life slowly going back to normal? Or are you still living with all the restrictions? Good to see you, der Alte. Back to an old-fashioned cash game stream. No tournament shenanigans today. Just some good old PLO cash. Which hasn't been treating us all that amazing, to be honest. Especially in some big pots. I mean, it's not bad. We're down 2.5 buy-ins. Actually, yeah, 2.5. Could have easily been completely different had we held in 1 or 2 big spots. Oh well, it is what it is. And it ain't over just yet, although it won't go on for too much longer. I'm easing myself back into the streaming, I guess. Haven't taken a longer hiatus than initially planned. Hey, and perfectly just anticipated you showing up, famous German scientist, into your questions and I guess answered them. Welcome back, sir. It's gone reasonably well. We had a decent start and middle part of the session. For the most part, I think I'm playing all right as well. Yeah, and some big spots didn't go away. Okay, well then. Gutter and the overpair. I guess the single raise I would have just... No, actually on the button I would have let it go against a small blind open raise. Never mind, I was all over the place in the commentary about this hand. Ignore everything I thought I said about it. So bets half pot. We have the gutter, we have the kings. This really ain't much. Should have just folded on the flop here. Yeah, should have folded on the flop. So let me rectify it right now and fold it on the turn then. Down here we 3-bet, which is perfectly fine and kosher. See an ace high board, always gonna c-bet this one. No help, huh? Yeah. Still working at home, okay. But opening up like Germany, yeah. Nice. Or not, I guess, depending on who you listen to. I keep hearing increasing reports that maybe restrictions are getting lifted a little bit too early in Germany. They might come back to haunt us and bite us in the ass. But who knows? What? Okay. I guess there was little money left behind there, huh? A top set for us. Pretty top. Goes for the part. In that case, I'm gonna go for decent sizes. 3-bet right away. Check raise right away. I have a flush blocker. I have the 9 blocker. That's pretty decent. It's not like we have just a naked top set. Back to straight, back to flush. It adds a little bit. Here's return. And aces make an appearance. So how's the working from home treated you, der Alter? Not everybody finds it easy. Matter of fact, I found it quite hard when I was doing translations at home. The trap I fell into is that I ended up working more than I would have in an office. All right, betting a call, 7 high flush, pair from the board. Yeah, sure, but yeah, I've let it be. Let's keep an eye on this, and also there's big action happening down here. But let's watch this first. They will, sad here. I was afraid that would be the outcome of this. Not happy to hear it, Alter. Do hit me up on Discord if you want to maybe try to sell a few pieces of it, so you get some of it back. I guess in case you don't, cash. Let me know, and we can set something up on Discord for this one time. Be happy to help out. Oh, and good luck, man. Maybe that'll be your life-changing moment. Never know. More aces on table 4. Pretty decent ones for single suited. 10 and a 9 on the side. Don't have river jacks on us, man. Okay, at least it's not river jacks, I guess. Just had it on the turn. I guess you're right. When they bet pot on the river, they always have it in the micros. Could have done without losing that one. Yeah, I bet, right? That's one of the best parts. It can be some of the worst parts, but it's one of the best parts of working in an office environment. Having your colleagues to joke around with and, just unwind for a couple of minutes in between work. That's something you don't have at home at all. Okay, maybe like 5 minutes more, and then we're gonna head over to Chi-Ching's channel. Seashells. See what she's up to in her place. Oof. I will be back with hopefully tomorrow I'll finally manage and have a study stream in the afternoon. And I actually took some notes on things I would like to check out, namely betting frequencies, small blind versus big blind. And with the wrap, this is good enough here to get it in. Come on. One time, man. Thank you. Thank you. Can't lose all the all-ins today, huh? Nice. Now we get aces against the same guy. Deshaun. No cards, and we see this kind of board. Okay. Oh. Hello. Nice. Snap column means we're always good. And drag down a second decent pot against Deshaun. Bit of a comeback here towards the end of the session. Oh, that's acceptable. On a board like this, I rather either get the money in now or end it here. At least, I'm not sure that's the best approach, but it's the one I've taken so far for the most part. King 975 in the cutoff, it's probably all right. Check it out. Probably also would drop this in MP. Let's check out all of that. Here we're calling, that feels okay. This view for a moment. So let's see. King 9, 7, 5. Oh, I was looking up MP, and then MP indeed doesn't get played at all. There it would have to be the 7-6 or 8-6. Let's move over to the cutoff, to our exact spot. Yeah, that's fine. Gets raise called. Cool. Bugger if I know. The King 9, 5-5 double suited. Yeah, that's fine. Down to the actually the King deuce. So most of the double suited fives there get played. Unless they have horrible connectivity like 8-5-5-3, something like that. Wait, did I just non-pot size open there? Okay, fair enough. Misclick, I guess. Hopefully it freaks some people out. It doesn't. All right. The 10s with down there in table 4, the Jack 10 10, whatever that was, that we didn't defend, actually would have been a defend. So noted. Ooh. Kicking off big time over here in table 2. $1.1K ticket. That's still, every time I read that, that's still crazy. Accent job on spinning it up so far, man. Wow, this guy 4-bet the ace king 7 deuce. Sheesh. Turn the queen. I guess it helps. Top pair, second best kicker. So I'm gonna leave the tables pretty soon. If you want to jump in here, the games are all right on run runs currently. Some fun players for sure. Occasionally I'm one of them. Right, and as I was alluding to earlier, tomorrow I should manage to actually have one of those fabled study streams. I think I got sidetracked when talking about it earlier. Let's see, I wanted to check out big blind defend frequency, so a little bit of preflop stuff there. And something some post-flop I want to dive into is how we play when we flop really strong multi-way on the flop and on the turn. If we are out of position and we're not the pre-flop aggressor, at least not the last aggressor. That's something I always struggle with, where I'm never quite sure what to do. So something I want to check out, and why not do it on stream? Okay, let's start heading into the last orbit slowly here. 1 or 2 more orbits. And then I'm gonna call it a day. Not too bad of a showing after 5 days of not having played, not having streamed. We're down a little bit, but had 1 or 2 spots gone differently, that would have changed quite a bit as well. There's pretty much only that one bluff that I'm really unhappy about with how I played. Some spots where I wish I played a little bit different, but nothing too major. Eh. A few more hands would be nice. Nope, that's not going to qualify. This might. All right, calling it last orbit. And then I believe Chiching is on. Hey, cheers, der Alte. Thank you. Nice to have had you back, sir. Get kings in the big blind. Feels like a defendable hand. Yeah, Chiching is on indeed. So let's head over to her place in a moment. She plays some Poker Stars. And also has her wonderful Chiching in the ring with Chiching challenge, where you can win some real money by winning a heads-up match against her. Easy. Pot, 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 pot. That's a study for you. Yeah, as a simplified strategy, I'm down with it. Just for the more nuanced approach here and there, a bit more study needed. No study needed here. We're just going to call in position. Also going to call if somebody squeezes. Check 10-9 combo, pseudo days. Certainly makes the cut unless it goes, raise, raise now. which it doesn't. Instead, we get it down to heads up, and we're going to be in position. So let's see a nice flop. Not quite, man. Not quite. Just a gutter, no backdoor flush draw. Give me a backdoor flush draw. I think I see one. Not here, though. Last hand on this table. And that's actually last hand period. Unless we skip a blind on one of the other tables. A double gut shot, right? Right. Oh, actually, that's bonkers. That's... Actually, yeah, we do. Never mind, never mind. We can make two straights. Let's see, though. Any significant betting, we're out. Okay. Oof. No, actually, we do have a few more hands coming up on the other table. Just realizing. Okay. Also very deep here against one another. 2.5 buy-ins effectively. Well, we're not going to get in a difficult spot here, especially unless he checks the flop. He does, but the turn changes nothing for us. The pot measure method. Yeah, combined with the Hamsterman's school of min betting, I think that'd be a powerful strategic approach. Min bet every once in a while to confuse your opponents, otherwise bet pot into them. Sounds strong to me. If they fold, it's going to be an open. The Sean opens, I fold. I think even single suited. There's always a call to a 3-bet with the Queen Jack 10 combo. Yep. Last hand, and it's nothing special. All right. I'm happy enough with the first stream after a long break. So back with the study stream tomorrow afternoon, and also with some cash games later tomorrow as well. Until then, thanks for tuning in, and Barry for the resub, Opti Braver for the follow. Appreciate it, guys. And see you guys tomorrow afternoon for the interactive study stream using Visions, most likely, I think it'll be. And maybe some cash games in the evening if you're up for it. Until then, thanks for keeping me some company, and I bid you a nice evening. Let's head over to Chi-Ching's channel. Cheers.